Good morning, everyone. This is a spontaneous live. Y'all know what we just experienced, the TikTok ban, but I got some things to say about it. So, before I get ready to talk more about the ban, I want to give a shout out. And I want to give a shout out to Monty 3P here on YouTube. He does content that's kind of like he does content that's around the same subjects that I do when I talk branding, when I talk working for yourself, when I talk freelancing, when I talk starting YouTube, right? Okay. Hold on, let me make sure this is in the back of the screen. Okay. So y'all come on in and get ready to talk about this. Not so much deeply on the band itself, but I want to talk about like what you should actually be doing to prepare yourself, right? And that's something that I talk about on my channel. So on Mondays, I upload this is my new upload schedule. It's going to be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, okay? Most of the time they are going to be live videos, and then on Fridays they're going to be like pre-recorded, edited videos, right? Okay, boom. So let me start off with this. I was sad about the band. When it finally came down to it, I was sad. And not just the band that I was sad, but I was also sad because y'all should know if y'all new to my channel. However, I lost two significant family members in 2023, and it made my world spin, right? And then I just turned 30. So I'm like, how do I navigate this world now that I'm 30 and I lost two significant family members? And by the way, since I just mentioned that, there's going to be a video, a pre-recorded video tonight on my channel, I think around 5:15-ish, 6 o'clock-ish, however, where I talk about what it feels like being a young person right now in this current time, right? So that will be the video that's coming on tonight. It's titled like struggling after grief or something like that. So that will be the video on for tonight. But back to the TikTok man. However, so I actually did get sad towards the last minute. When they was like, "Oh, it's gonna come on," and then it was this back and forth, back and forth. People was talking about, "Oh, it was gonna be an extension or however," right? But I'm the type of person where I see what people talking about, but like I don't believe it. Like I'm more like a person that's like deny, 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 deny until I see the proof in the pudding. Okay, so I'm one of those type of people. And I did post a video the day before the 19th. So it got banned on the 19th. I posted a video the day on the 19th. I actually do different content over on TikTok. Hey, I actually do different content over on TikTok than I do here on YouTube. See, that's the difference. A lot of people do like the same content on different platforms and they transfer it over. No, I don't do that. I actually sing and dance on TikTok. I'm one of those. Yes, I'm one of those. Here I do like entrepreneurship, business, design, graphic design, however, right? Okay, boom. I'm an overall arts person. So anyhow, I made my last video on January the 18th, and I was actually singing this song that I hated to sing. Like growing up, you learn how to sing however, or your family knows how to sing. Basically, my family knows how to sing, and it just kind of like passed down in genes. However, so I had sang this song and I was telling like throughout the video like how TikTok has helped me, like become more comforted with who I am and my talents and not just hiding or however, because I would be more of a person that would hide myself or however. But it's like TikTok has helped me like fully grown into myself. Not just YouTube itself, because I've been on YouTube for a long time. My subscribers don't tell it, but I've been on YouTube for a long time. I got this is my second channel, by the way. So hey, welcome in, y'all. I'm talking about how the TikTok ban can help you going forward. Okay, so I'm getting into that. So anyhow, I did my last video, posted it on there. Then it becomes January the 19th. I actually go over to Instagram. I do not like Instagram. But I'm like, okay, if TikTok is over with, then I guess I'm going to Instagram, right? Okay, so boom. I started bringing my designs over to Instagram. Like right around the time when they said the TikTok ban finna be over with. Okay, boom. So I'm actually on Instagram and I scroll up once. Then somebody on Instagram screenshots their phone and it says something like, sorry, you can't access TikTok or something. And say, I don't know what it said, but it said something like that. And I was like, is this for real? Literally, like, I did not open up the TikTok app at all. Okay? I didn't open it. I was on Instagram. And I'm like, what? I was like, is this for real? So then probably like 2 hours later, I just unconsciously, like, those of us who get on TikTok a lot, like, you just unconsciously, like, you just unconsciously tap on TikTok. So I did it. Tapped on TikTok. This freaking pop-up pops up on my screen. And it was the same pop-up as that one dude had. And I'm like, you, like the sorrow just like came to my face. Like, seriously. Like, at first, because I'm such a denial person at first. I think I get it from my mom, right? Like, at first, people would tell, like, people will have like rumors and stuff, blah, 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 or whatever. Or somebody start reporting something or say like a trend is new. It don't matter what it is. I'm just like, oh, I don't know nothing about it. I just deny it. I see the freaking window that's like TikTok is in full effect of like a ban or like it's banned in the US, blah, 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 right? Oh, I'm telling you, my face like just sunk. Seriously, my face sunk. Okay, so then I'm like, dang. But this is the thing though. Let me show y'all something. So right before it got banned, right? I had bought one of these. It's a little dirty, so sorry, y'all. I had bought one of these. I'm like, what is that? Okay, so remember when people were like, oh, you need to save your TikTok videos before it get banned? I was like, I think it was January the 12th, because I had like a wake-up call in my brain all of a sudden. And it was like, girl, go to Best Buy and go buy you one of those. Okay, so by the way, this is a SanDisk floppy. Not floppy. Sorry, I'm old school. I'm a millennial. I almost called it a floppy disk. Okay, anyhow, this is, you can plug this into your phone. You can get the iPhone version or you can get the Android version, okay? And I use this even for like if I record any vlogs on my phone or something like that. Yes, thank you. Yes, okay. So I hurried up. I went to Best Buy. I bought this. This was only, okay, so they have different sizes, right? So they have like a 256 gigabyte. They have like a 156 or whatever numbers they have, right? Okay. So this one is the cheapest one. I think it's 128 gigabytes, however. So this one was $20, okay, at Best Buy, right? Okay, boom. So I went on bestbuy.com, ordered it, blah, 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 so I could just pick it up. Okay, so I'm going to shop the stove just to go pick it up. Got this. I plugged this into my phone, y'all. And I started, so how do you use it, though? Is you plug it into your phone and then you go to, well, I'm telling you Android-wise. I can't really tell y'all iPhone-wise. It's almost one and the same, but it's like different buttons, however. So I plug it into my phone and I start downloading. You go to the little three dots on the side or wherever you go on TikTok, boop, where you, it's like the stitch, added. Wait, I'm thinking of Instagram. the stitch, the duets, however, and then you can download it, right? Okay, so I'm downloading the videos. Okay, boom. So then you go to my files on an Android, and then you, like I said, you plug this in. So then you go to my files, then you start selecting them, right? Select the ones that you want to move over to this thing. And then you go over, it's like another tab. So you go over to the other tab, and then you select the name of this, the name of your drive, and so that you can move your files onto here. So when they was announcing like, oh, the band, the band, the band, I'm like, okay, let me go and get the videos that I did for one. And then I was like, okay, now let me start saving some of the things that I put in my favorites, right? Okay, so I started saving my favorites onto this little SanDisk drive. However, boom. So I'm like, okay, great. I feel a sigh of relief that I was able to move my TikTok videos onto that drive. Okay, boom. So now it's the day of the band, and I'm sad. Like I'm ultimately freaking sad. Like I didn't think I was gonna be sad, but like it's like this what happens in real life for me too. Like let's say an event is coming, and it would be like, and it's something that's kind of nerve wracking, right? And I'll be okay until like the moment of it, and then I'm like freaking out, right? So I'm like, I'm really like deny, 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 deny until it like get closer to it. Then I'm like freaking out, right? Okay. So the band is over. I go over on Instagram, and what I really was doing yesterday, while it was so called band, was I was over here like getting serious, drawing stuff. So if y'all don't know, y'all new to the channel, however, put this back. So I'm just drawing stuff, right? I'm just drawing so I can make wallpapers or however, right? Okay, boom. So then next thing you know, I'm just sitting there drawing, look. Sitting there drawing. I'm like, okay, can I move this here, move this everywhere, however, right? So then I'm on my other iPad. Now I have two iPads, right? My other iPad is from like 2018 that I still use. And this iPad, I just got this one like last year sometime. Yeah. So this is my newest iPad. I get a notification on my iPad, my old one, and it say TikTok is back in the US. I said, what? I said, what? Then I'm like, somebody playing, right? So then after I just kept drawing. Like I said, I'm denied. I just deny-ish. Like, I don't care what you say. I deny. Probably an hour later, I opened up TikTok. And that thing was working. I was like, what? I literally, an hour, it probably even wasn't an hour, probably like 30 minutes after I got that notification on my iPad. Like, it literally was like, TikTok is now back available in the US. I was like, what? So then I click on the app, right? I clicked on the app and everything is like back to normal. Like when I clicked on it, my whole profile came back up. Because when I clicked on it before, when it had that window that was like, the US ban is in effect, come back or something, whatever it said, right? Before on my profile, you could see no videos. The only thing that you saw was like the name at the top on TikTok and like my drafts. Yes, I still had drafts because people were like, you need to get rid of your drafts, blah, blah, blah. So what I did was prior to the ban, I deleted most of the drafts that I didn't care about. And it was just me just talking or commenting on stuff, whatever. So, but I still had some drafts left. So, yes, the drafts were there, when I reloaded onto TikTok. I did not delete the TikTok app. This is another thing. Somebody said, some people are having a hard time getting back on TikTok because when the ban happened and they had that little window come up, people actually deleted their TikTok app. So apparently now people cannot get back into TikTok because they deleted the app off of their phone. I didn't delete nothing. I have it on my iPad, my other iPad. Like I got TikTok on almost all of my devices, even my TV. Yes, I have TikTok on my TV. Because I have like the Chromecast. So if you have the Chromecast, I'm an avid Chromecast person. I don't got no Fire Stick. I don't got no Roku. Just Chromecast. Okay. So like when the first Chromecast came out, I had that up until the. I don't have the newest Chromecast though. But now they want to call it Google TV. So I don't have the newest one yet. But anyhow, yes, I have TikTok on my Chromecast. Okay, so I didn't get rid of nothing. Okay, let me tell you what I almost did though. I almost thought about getting rid of it on my TV, not like my devices. But thank goodness I didn't, and I can get it back on TikTok. So now that we back on TikTok, this morning, like I knew TikTok was back yesterday, but I was so occupied with my drawing. I was so occupied with my drawing that like this morning I got up and I got back on TikTok and I was like, ah! I literally started screaming. I was like, TikTok back. And I was one of those, I was like, I don't care if TikTok is over. I don't care if TikTok is over. Psych. I mean, denial. Straight up denial. Okay, so this is the next step. Okay, let me get into the next step. So I want to talk about the TikTok ban. How, and a lot of people was talking about that like influencers or different people was gonna lose like income because that TikTok was over. However, this is the part I want to get into. So let's say this year you're thinking about starting you a brand. Let's say this year you're thinking about starting you a side hustle. Like whatever it is, and you just feel like, because I've been feel like this. My heart been felt like this. It felt like this back in 2019. Like prior to the pandemic, but definitely, significantly in the pandemic. I have this feeling come over me, and I say this in my other videos when I talk about like entrepreneurship or freelancing. I have this feeling come over me that's like, it's time to create something of your own. Okay, and I say that is spirit. I say that is God, right? That He gave me this message that it's time to create something of your own. Okay, so I listened to that message. It's time to create something of your own. When I listened to that message, that's when I made my coloring book. Okay, so those of you who are looking to be serious about your TikTok, be serious about your Instagram, whatever it is, and you want to use social media, let me tell you something. From now on, you need a website. Stop sleeping on having a website. People are like, a lot of people are saying, you need to make an email list. Yes, you do. You need to make an email list, right? But you need to make a website. You guys are relying too heavily on these social media platforms. These social media platforms are for you to, basically, it's not necessarily for you to take, it's like you and a social media platform are like working together, right? So don't think of it as like, oh, you own your followers. Don't think of it as, oh, you own this TikTok account. Don't think of it as, oh, you own your Instagram name. Like, you don't own your TikTok name, your Instagram name. You don't own any of it. Did you get it trademarked? Do you have a website? This is what I'm talking about. This is the next step. Okay? Too many people. Now, I didn't see that many people. People were saying folks was spazzing out on TikTok saying that they're gonna lose their livelihood. They shouldn't take away the app, and people were what they say? Oh yeah, crash out. That's what they call it. That's what they call it, a crash out. I say spazzing out, but they call it a crash out. So they were saying a bunch of people were crashing out on TikTok, and how TikTok Live and TikTok Shop, helps them produce income or whatnot, right? So I'm like, okay, well, now that TikTok is back, and so I was scrolling this morning and everybody was like, something is different about TikTok. And I'm like, what? I didn't notice because I got on it this morning. Yes, I knew that the ban was over with yesterday, but I wasn't on it yesterday. I was drawing on my iPad. So, anyhow, so this morning I'm looking, I'm trying to see what everybody's saying. They're like, TikTok is not the same as it was. And I'm like, what y'all talking about? What y'all mean? So I'm scrolling, right? And I get like maybe 5 to 3 different videos of people talking about it. So somebody was like, oh, I think this company took over TikTok, right? And they're also like, TikTok's not the same. So people in the comment section are like, is that the quality of the videos are not clear anymore. That's what they were saying. And then they also said that you cannot go live on TikTok. And I was like, huh? So then I had looked up at the top because on TikTok they got the different little sections, those different little tabs or however. So it's TikTok Shop, Live, For You, following, whatever else is up there, right? Okay, boom. So they're like, everybody's complaining that like the live videos aren't there. Okay. So I'm looking and I'm like, the live tab, no, it's not up there. But truth be told, I don't really remember the live tab being up there like towards the last quarter of TikTok anyway. I think they Ben took that down. But for me personally, I saw people still going live on TikTok. It was very few far in between. Like people were saying, if you scroll on your For You page, that like maybe every 5 videos you'll find somebody going live or something. But now it's almost like you have to scroll on your page and they'll have like, I don't know, I would say like every 10 videos you'll see like a live, but it's more like lives for TikTok shop. So I pressed on it and then people were like, how come I can't go live? How come I can't go live? And then so I went to the bottom of my page because my TikTok page don't even got 1,000 followers, right? So my TikTok page I think I have 600 followers. I just got 600 followers on TikTok. I'm like, oh my god, why? How come I don't got 1,000 followers on TikTok by now? Like I'll be moving and grooving on my TikTok, okay, singing and dancing on TikTok. So I'm like, how do I not have 1,000 followers on my TikTok page? But anyhow, they gave me the feature to go live. Probably I want to say 2 or 3 months ago. They gave me the feature to go live on my TikTok. So I'm like, okay, I'm on TikTok. I'm looking at the bottom. Then they got that little scroll feature at the bottom. So they got the scroll feature at the top. They got the scroll feature at the bottom. So you can go live. So I scroll over and it say live. And I'm like, I didn't try to go live, but I'm like, the live feature is right there. So I don't know if they attempted to like try to go live and like it's not working. I don't know. So then I saw this little clip of you know who. I ain't saying no names, but I saw this little clip of you know who talking about TikTok is back. And it's just like it's not giving for me. It's not giving for me. Like I wish people like I don't mind that people are hip to TikTok. I just wish that people would kind of stay in their age bracket and stop trying to sound a certain way. You know what I'm saying? I really would appreciate if people would stay in their age bracket. I'm just saying. because it don't give for me. Okay. So the point of this video that I'm trying to make, now that we have already talked about TikTok and what happened, and now that it's supposedly back, the next step is for you to get your own website. You cannot rely on Instagram, YouTube, da da da. You never know. And somebody been said this a while ago. I've heard it a couple times from a couple different people. You cannot rely on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, like in this totality, right? You have, if you're going to be a brand, if you're going to be making money from these platforms, you need to have a website. You need to establish yourself as a brand for real. Okay? And when you're making money on money, like you have a consistent flow, a consistent cash flow of money, you need to get a trademark and stop playing. You need to establish yourself as a brand. Okay? You need to establish yourself as someone serious. You can't just solely rely on TikTok. You can't solely rely on these other social media platforms because they're going to change. They're ever changing. Just like on, apparently Twitter is now called X. Like what? Like I never liked the Twitter, so I don't got no opinion about that. I never liked the Twitter. So I really have no opinion about that. But these platforms are ever changing. And you might as well get you a website because you are in control of your website. Your people know when to find you. If these social media platforms shut down at any given point, you need to have your website. And guess what? I made my own website. And I'm going to show it to you. Okay? If you're wanting to be a brand, if you're wanting to side hustle, if you're going to be an influencer, you need to have a website and stop playing. Okay? All right, I'm going to show you guys my website and however. So, as y'all see this right here, this is one of the wallpapers that I just made that's going to be on my website. Okay? So, I'm just going to show you guys the back end of my website. The back end, y'all can see the front end for yourself. It's already linked like on my about page on YouTube, so if you ever want to see it like for yourself, you can. So I'm showing it to you now. Okay, so boom, here is my website. Guess what? I made it myself. I teach people how to design. That's literally the essence of my channel, Sultry Accessory. I teach you how to design, how you can become a freelancer, how to show yourself as a brand, okay? This is what I teach people. So before I get too in-depth with my website, I'm going to tell you, how did I learn this and this and that? Okay, so truth be told, you know how you are good at something, but you don't know what your calling is? And you just like going back and forth, rattling in your brain. What the heck your purpose and what your calling is? Sometimes it's literally the things that you've been doing, but you have not took it serious enough, to really establish yourself, right? And that's what it is. A brand is truly establishing yourself and putting yourself into position. It's time for you guys to put yourself into position and make a website. You're going to be an influencer. You're going to start a side hustle. You need to start looking at yourself like a trademark. Okay? It's not fun and games no more. With that TikTok ban, it's not fun and games anymore. So anyhow, throughout my life, I loved art, period. Like since I was 5 years old, I remember loving art. So my mom, she had found this program, right? So I'm not going to give too many specifics, but she had found this program. I ended up going to this program for 6 years. It's like a design camp where like there's an actual campus, like an actual college campus, and we're learning different aspects of design, of like photography, you know, stuff of that realm, like different medias, different art realms. However, I ended up going to this camp 6 years in a row, and they taught everything that everyone's doing now. And they taught me this. I think the first year that I went, I think it was like 2009, 8. So I went to this camp when I was like 8 or 9. No, 9 or 10. Probably like 9 or 10. I went to this camp. This is the camp that taught me video editing, web design, right? Here we are. So I finally made myself a website after all of these years. I finally made myself a website. I already knew how to make my own website. I already knew all this different stuff. I already know video editing. Why didn't I take it serious? I don't know. I don't know. So this is what I'm saying. Take yourself serious and position yourself. Stop utilizing, not stop utilizing, but stop solely relying on these social media platforms. Okay, so boom. So here's my website. And I have created a couple of different things, but let's get started here. So implementation and design coach, guiding aspiring YouTubers and creative solopreneurs to prepare their online presence. So these are for people who want to create an online presence, but they have no idea where to start, how to build a brand, how to design their different graphics. They don't know like the visuals of things, right? To shape up their brand, and they don't know the tools that they can use to create a brand. Okay, boom. So building a brand or a YouTube channel is tough, especially when each step forward seems to bring up even more questions. I get it. I've been there too. Okay, and truth be told, I'm still figuring out like branding and marketing all together. You know, especially as marketing expands. Like the crazy thing is I went to school for marketing. That's the crazy thing. I went to school for marketing and I went to this camp that taught me how to do all the stuff that people are doing now. It's almost like that camp knew that YouTube, it's almost like that camp knew. I don't know who the organizer of that camp was, but it's almost like they knew that YouTube, they knew that social media, they knew that photography, video editing, marketing was going to blow up, right? Why didn't I use the tools that I got in my childhood? So I'm over here teetering with myself like, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? I don't know. It's like, use the ish that you have been granted, right? From who? God. Yes, I believe in God. If you don't, you don't. Okay? That he has given, he already given you tools. And he said, I already gave you what you need. You have to believe. You have to go forth it, right? Okay, so boom. So I help those who feel completely lost, completely frustrated about their brands. They feel stuck in a cycle of, you know, trying to do things on their own, but it just feel like nothing is aligning, right? And you're spending endless hours for answers and you're feeling more uncertain than before. So a lot of people talk about branding and marketing, and sometimes it's a whole bunch of talk, and literally all you need is tools that'll get you to the next step. That's why on my website it says I'm an implementation and design coach, right? Okay, boom. So that's what I've been good at this whole entire time, is that I knew how to design, right? I know computers. I know the back ends of things, right? When it comes to designing, I shouldn't say the back end like analytics or numbers. I'm not. That's not me. That's not me at all, okay? That is not me at all. All right, so let's get back to the website. Okay, making your designs work, making them be captivative and convert, okay? So I do have a service called Design Critiques. I have that for your website and your YouTube, okay? So let's say we clicked on this, book your design critique. Okay, so there's a thing called landing pages even if you don't want to make a website. Let's say a website is like super tedious to you and you're like, oh my god, doing a website would take so long, which it does, because literally I did my website and it took me, oh my god, it took me so long to make my website. Probably took me like 6 months to create my website. Let's say you don't want to create a website, but you want like a landing page. Okay, what is a landing page versus like a link page? You know, everybody likes to do Linktree or whatever underneath their social medias. Okay, a landing page and a link page is almost similar, except the landing page allows you to have way more visuals, is way more crisp, and I would say it's secondary to your website. A lot of people like to do landing pages first and then they do websites. Okay, so what is the differentiation between the two? Okay, your website is going to have a whole bunch of different tabs that people can explore. Your landing page is one main offer, right? It's one main product, it's one main, it could be an ebook, it could be a video even, right? And it takes your customer or your viewer on a journey. Okay, boom. That is a landing page. They land to X mark the spot. Okay, it's one thing, not multiples of things like a website. Okay, so the design critique services is that I help you build out your landing page. Do I help you build out your website? Yes and no. Yes and no. Okay, what does that mean? I am not going to sit there and make your website for you. I'm going to help you make sure you have the different aspects that you need for your website, basically laying it out. But I'm not going to do the website for you. You get that? You get that? Okay. So that is one of my services that I have, and then it goes into how it works. Okay, so the other service that I have is YouTube design critiques. What the heck is YouTube design critiques? Okay, let's say you want to do a YouTube channel and you're super excited and you got your videos, you got your plan down, or however. Okay, now somebody might have told you, like, okay, if you watch Nick Neiman, okay, if you watch Nick Neiman here on YouTube, and every Saturday he does like YouTube advice and tells people like what they should be doing with their channels, or however, whatever kind of questions they have for him. Okay, design critiques for YouTube channels on my website is basically, does your not just does your YouTube look pretty, but does your YouTube channel make your audience already know what it is that your channel is about? Because a lot of people have a bunch of sporadic videos, their topics are all over the place, they don't have anything telling them like what kind of content they do, what kind of content is expected. Like that's also why people are not subscribing to your channel, is because they don't know what the heck your channel is about, right? And a lot of people are not picking a niche that they're sticking to. Okay, so my niche all together is design and branding. Okay, branding and design, like visual identity, right? Okay, what is visual identity? You know how people package up things really pretty and they have they different color palettes and they make it look presentable with their fonts and this and that. Yes, I do help with that, but I mostly help with the functionality. Yes, I do help with making it look pretty, but I help for the functionality. So when you go to different people's YouTube channels, okay, let's say for instance, let's go onto YouTube, right? Let's just go onto YouTube. And let's like click on a random person's channel, okay? Let's click on her channel. Okay, so this is, okay, she has, let me move this. Okay, so this is her channel. She has a banner, but we don't know what free flowing talks. What does that mean? Right? We don't know what that means. I guess that's the name of her channel. She just has it repeating. This is a design critique. Okay. This is not useful to your viewer. You repeating your name is not useful to your viewer. If your viewer comes onto your channel and they see your banner, they want to know what you talk about. They want to know the subjects. They want to know what time or how the frequency is. Let them know in your banner. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you the functionalities, And what will make it more useful for someone wanting to subscribe to your channel? Okay, that's number one. She needs to tweak that. Okay, boom. This is a service that I provide. Okay. So we're onto her channel. She has the For You. If we were to guess, I clicked on this thing. If we, I keep clicking on this. Stop clicking on it. My little pad is so sensitive. My mouse pad is so sensitive. Okay. So she says, so you finally left that relationship, friendship, embracing the season of isolation, dealing with life as an empath. Okay, if you were to guess from her last 3 videos, what would you think her topics are about? Like, what do you think her content would be? You feel what I'm saying? So people are just going to skim your YouTube channel. They're not going to be like, oh, you know how people like, oh, go search for my last video. People are not doing that. People are skimming through a whole bunch of stuff because, like, they skim through TikTok, right? Okay, they're gonna skim through your YouTube channel as well. They're gonna skim through your website, right? Okay, boom. Is your audience gonna grasp the synopsis of who you are and what you provide and why they need to be subscribed to your channel? Okay, so if I were to take a guess what her channel was about, it literally says right here, it says random combos storyteller. I just be talking. Branding wise, like professional branding wise, that's not. No, you need to be specific. Use keywords. You know, they talk about SEO. Use keywords that your audience is looking for, right? Okay, boom. But what she does have going for her is she has these fonts here. She's very consistent with this font. She's very consistent with this writing. And that lets you know, and she has her face in the thumbnails, and that lets you know who she is. And, you know, it gives familiarity, right? So that's another thing that I help with design critiques for your YouTube channel, okay? And so much more. So that is a service that I provide, and that is design critiques. So for your YouTube channel. And I do the same thing for your website. And I'll look on your website and be like, okay, are you saying, like, I could look at a title, I could look at a paragraph and be like, is this paragraph really helpful to your audience? You know, is that going to compel them to want to trust you or to want to buy from you? You know, stuff like that, however. So yes, that is what I help when it comes to your website and your YouTube channel. Then on the other aspect, like I said, this is the implementation coach, blah, blah, blah. Okay, boom. So then on the other, that's the design coaching. Then I have the art shop. Okay, so here is where I do like my illustrations that I do on my iPad. And yes, I've already made myself a coloring book, and then I tell people in this video how do they use the digital coloring pages. They're not regular coloring pages. That's why they're pricier than your average coloring page, okay? Boom. They're pricier than your average coloring page. I tell people at the bottom here, how do you use it and how do you put it onto your iPad, okay? This is how people are going to take you serious if you have a website. Yes, some people do buy from you through the DMs or however, but it's almost like now that everyone's trying to sell on the internet, it's like they want to be able to, they don't want to get scams, and they want to be able to trust you. Not just because, oh, you got a huge TikTok following, but are you for real about what you want to teach? Are you for real about your craft or about your channel or your business or however the case may be, right? We all might have a TikTok and have fun and shoot the giggles. Okay, I'm trying not to cuss. And shoot the giggles on TikTok. But like, if you're really trying to be a brand, you're trying to be an influencer, you're trying to really build your side hustle, make a website, okay? If you need assistance on knowing what it is that you need on your website, if you need assistance on how to find a focus, how to find a purpose, how to find a niche, how to have a brand's purpose, on my website, actually, let's do one more time. One more little visit on my website. If you go to the home page, right? This is the back end of my website, by the way, not the full thing. But if you scroll down, I have the essential guide to discovering your why and deeply connecting with your audience, right? That's what a lot of people's issue is connecting with their audience. Do you know why your audience will buy from you? Do you know why your audience wants to watch you? Okay, what does your audience feel compelled by? It's not just about you starting a YouTube channel and you're making vlogs about you. Like, have some depth. All right. So, I'm just going to wrap up this video and say, now that TikTok has shown you that it's possible for these social media sites to crash, to end, take yourself serious and establish a website. I'll see y'all tonight. Not live, but it will be a pre-recorded video tonight. And I'll see y'all next time. It's your girl, Sultry Accessory.